dollies, welcome back to another video. If you don't know me, I'm Dalla and welcome. And today we're going to be following a Douyin makeup tutorial from the app Xiao. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I can't even pronounce English words correctly, so correct me in the comments. So I'm going to be following this girl's makeup tutorial. I will put her ID up somewhere on the screen, but this is what her account looks like. I'm going to be following this makeup tutorial right here. Since I don't speak Chinese, this might actually be really hard to follow since there's no captions. But I'm gonna try my absolute best to copy everything that she's doing, okay? Okay, so the first thing that she does is she applies a cushion. She doesn't show herself applying primer and stuff, but I'm going to apply primer because I'm gonna die if I don't. I'm gonna be using this primer right here. It's very moisturizing. I don't know how to pronounce the brand name. I've heard Etude, but then I've also heard Etude. So, Etude/Etude primer. I'm just going to put it on my face to hydrate. Also, you might have noticed I have a completely different hair color now. I got like purple. It's kind of wet right now because I literally just got out of the shower. You'll see it like fully when it dries. I have washed it a few times because it has been like about a week since I got it, so the color is fading a little bit. Yeah, it did kind of severely damage my hair because I bleached it 3 times in one day to get this result. So I had to chop off the ends, so now my hair's a lot shorter than it was before, but whatever. And I'm going to be using green correcting primer because we have to cover up this redness. So I'm going to be using the Per 4-in-1 correcting primer. So now that is on, I think I'm going to just go ahead and throw on contacts because I think she does have enlarging lenses in. I'm going to be using these daily disposable lenses from Moody Lenses from, I think it's from the collection Hush Hush, and it's in shade First Love. And these are the biggest lenses that I have. They are literally huge, as you can see. So, they're definitely enlarging, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these in. I have been scrolling on Xiao for a while, and I noticed a tip that a lot of them do that I actually wanted to try out. Before you put on foundation, you should conceal before the foundation. So I'm gonna be using this palette here, and then I'm just going to be using this peach shade here. She doesn't do it in the video, but I just wanted to try it out for fun. I'm just gonna blend it out with my finger. Okay, and now let's put on foundation. So she actually uses a cushion for this specific makeup tutorial, but I don't have a cushion that currently matches my skin tone because it is summer. I'm gonna apply it with the method that I see in Douyin makeup tutorials, so let's go. I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Luminous Foundation. So I'm just going to pump the foundation, one pump on the back of my hand, and what they do is they like blend it out on their hand like this to, I guess, melt it, and then they just apply it to the middle of their face like this. And then this is the puffer blender that a lot of people on Xiao use, so I got one, and I'm just gonna blend it out. It definitely like looks nice, but I honestly don't really see a difference between this method and the spatula method or the foundation spatula brush method. I mean, the finish looks pretty much the same as if you would use those methods. Okay, let's see what she does next. Next, she does brows. That is so out of order for me. I usually do brows after I'm finished with my base, but let's go. She does use not a super light pencil, so I'm gonna be using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in shade Cool Ash Brown. And she does them pretty straight. Oh, this is so weird doing brows before powder. I always powder like this area so it doesn't like have texture when I do it. Let's go. She does them like very straight with an arch at the top. I'm gonna try my best to recreate it. think that that is the best that I can do because my eyebrows are just not naturally shaped like that. And then she did use a brow mascara, so that's lighter than her brows. So I'm going to be doing the same. I'm going to be using the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in shade Blonde. What it looks like she did is she kind of tried to coat both sides of her brow hairs. So she would brush them up, then she brushed them down, and then back up. And then she just goes straight into the eyes. This is such a weird order for me, oh my gosh. I didn't even put on powder yet and I'm doing the eyes. Pray for me. How do you even put on concealer after? How do you put on concealer after eyeshadow? What? Hold on, let me see. So the color that she's using first for the eyeshadow looks pretty similar to two shades that I have, but mixed together. One that I have in my Dior palette, shade right here. Then in my blush palette, my I'm Meme Afternoon Tea palette, it looks like these two. And then she just puts it all over her top eyelid. Oh, this is so weird. This feels really weird. She also adds the same shade underneath the eye, like this. And then now she gets kind of a brownish shade, so I'm going to use my Dior palette for that. And I'm going to get this shade and mix it lightly with this one. She just kind of draws out a eyeliner line. And I'm pretty sure she has it going all the way to the front of her eye. I'm just gonna do the same on this eye. And then she adds the same line on the bottom lid here to kind of accentuate her lower lash line. It's kind of hard to see the shape, but she looks like she just does it like a little blob right here, so I'm gonna do that. And she brings it to the front of her eye as well. It looks like she almost creates a little inner corner with the eyeshadow, so I just did that right there. I did it a bit dark, so I'm just going to lightly blend it out. Then she proceeds to draw in the under eye fat with the same shade, which might look a bit scary, but let's go. And she focuses it very heavily just right in the middle, and then very lightly blends out the rest. This is looking a bit scary without concealer because my darkness on my eyes is showing through a bit, but it's fine. I'm gonna blend it out real quick. I'm starting to pray. Then she just goes straight in with tight lighting. Tight lining. Jesus. So I'm gonna be using the Clio gel liner in shade black. And I'm just going to tight line my top lid, quite literally. Then she proceeds to put on double eyelid tape, which I'm going to do. And I'm just gonna be using water activated double eyelid tape. Okay, and now it is time for the eyeliner. I'm gonna be using the Etude liquid black liner. She does them in pretty much the same shape as the shape that we drew earlier, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But she does keep them quite thin, so I'm not gonna do it thick. Then she proceeds to put on false lash clusters, but I have magnetic lashes that I got from TikTok shop that literally look exactly like the lash clusters, so I'm gonna put those on. This is the Magnetic Lashes brand. I think it's Wasato? I think that's how you pronounce it, Wasato, yeah. And these are just so easy to use because you don't even have to use lash glue. I love them. And you put them on this little thing and you just stick them onto your eyelash. So I'm gonna do that. There we go. The only difference is hers are a bit more feathery looking, but these are like pretty similar in like length and everything else. And there. a little bit of a darker color, which is actually very similar to the one that I have in the Dior palette, this one. And then she just kind of puts it on the outside of her eye to blend it out all along here. And then she just moves straight into nose contour. And she uses a liquid one, but I don't have a liquid one. I do have one that I've had for probably years. Milani Contour Highlight Duo. Now let's have a contour stick. Yay! Okay, so in a circular motion. Brings it up along the sides of her nose. Here. I'm gonna be a skinny queen today, I guess. And she just blends it out with the big puffer, so like that. Okay. That turned out fine. Okay, and then she contours the sides of her cheeks. And she does it with her finger, so I guess I'm just gonna get it on my finger. And then she stabs it like right here. And then finally she gets to highlight. Yes! And then she puts them in these places. She puts them right here. Right. And in the middle of the chin. In the middle of the nose. And on the forehead. I don't really need it on the forehead because I have bangs, but whatever. And now I'm just going to blend that out. Okay, I'm kind of nervous. Oh, I'm trying so hard not to touch my eye. Oh, I touched the eye makeup. Naru! Okay, then she is going for blush. So I'm just going to be using my I'm Meme Afternoon Tea palette. She didn't really show how she put it on. I'm just gonna be using this middle color. She didn't really show how she put it on. It just looks like she did it right here. Like that. Then it looks like she gets like a white eyeshadow or just like white highlighter and just puts it here. And she puts it down here. Just pretty much everywhere where she put the concealer. Like that. Wow, that brightened up my eyes a lot. Actually kind of looks good. I actually kind of like that. I might use that tip in the future. Then she gets kind of like a pink shimmer or a pink shade and then just blends it up into her eye, which I'm just going to use my blush to do that. She just kind of does it like that. Then she just kind of puts it right there like that. Then she got like some sort of stick thing and highlighted her under eye bags. I don't have anything like that, so I'm just going to get white highlighter, I guess, like whitish highlighter, and put it all underneath. And then on top of that, I'm just gonna get this shade from my Dior palette to just make it look more natural, I guess. Then she gets a white eyeshadow, and she gets a white eyeshadow and puts it right here. So I'm gonna do that, and she puts it kind of right there. Okay, then she puts on bottom lashes, which I don't have, so I'm just gonna do my bottom lashes with mascara. And for that, I'm just gonna use the Maybelline Sky High mascara. She doesn't have hers too heavily, so I'm not gonna do too much. I'm going to just pat on some leftover residue. She kind of started off with her lips kind of being a blank canvas. So I'm gonna use the NYX lip pencil in shade Ever to just draw a cupid's bow like that. For any of y'all asking for a lip tutorial, here it is. I just draw on a cupid's bow like that. Then kind of slightly connect it. Then I draw on both sides underneath. Like that. Then I blend it out. I'm going to get this Romand lipstick in shade 10. Put it on top of that as a base. kind of like a light pink shade, so I'm going to be using the Etude Fixing Tint in shade 10. I'm just going to plop it in the middle. Okay, I think mine was a bit too bright, so I'm just going to throw this Romand Glasting Melting Balm in shade 07 on it. It is kind of a darker shade. Just enough to kind of darken it back up. Then she just throws a gloss over that. And the very last thing she does is contour her face. So I'm going to be using the Too Cool for School Art Class in shade Modern palette. And she just does under her chin, like this, and just a little bit on the sides. Then she just draws on a little mole right there. Then she just gets a white highlight and puts it right here. And she also puts it, it looks like, in the middle of her nose, right there, and up here. I'm gonna let my bangs down and I'll be right back.